Alright, man, I'm back with another Front Row Talk podcast. The podcast with expensive opinions. Welcome to another episode. Before I get started, make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment, you share this video. Make sure you check the description down below so you could, go check out the IG and the TikTok. I'm not gonna lie, this is the last podcast of 2022, and it might be the shortest episode for real, for real. I know I said that a bunch of times. Let me fix something like there we go. I know I said that a bunch of times, and they ended up being long, long minute episodes. But for real, this might be the last one. I don't really wanna. I don't know. I feel like I don't really want to drag this one, but yeah. Make sure y'all subscribe, y'all like, y'all comment, y'all share. Uh, I'm ready for the New Year's. Hopefully, everybody watching this video is ready for the New Year's as well. Hopefully, you guys have, a lot of things planned, and hopefully, you 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 get all of those things accomplished, and you get to do all of those things the right way. That's what I talked about in the last episode. So definitely go check out the last episode. It has to do with that. And yeah, welcome to another episode. But yeah, I feel like this episode is gonna be interesting because I didn't really do an episode for this topic. I think I talked about it one time. I think I was asked, and I gave a brief, um, gave brief detail on how I felt about it, but I never really made an episode. But this episode gonna be about how I feel about this podcast, how I feel about podcasting in general, um, and the benefits of it, I guess. So to go straight into it, to be honest, podcasting is definitely something that I I I, I wouldn't say love just yet, but I'm heading there. Something I really like doing, and before I even did it, it's something that I enjoyed, until this day I enjoy watching. So you know, people with big platforms, they end up um, interviewing certain people, or sometimes they just end up talking about interesting topics that and I know I'm not the only one that loves watching podcasts, because the views speak for themselves, and the audience that these platforms have. But I feel like I really do enjoy making podcasts. It's something that's fun, and something that I really take away from it is the fact that I'm becoming more of a speaker. Especially I'm becoming more comfortable. With just speaking to a camera, and I feel like that's something that everybody should learn, because we live in a day and age where, like, there's always some type of technology around us, and I feel like the path that certain people's going, um, with what they want to do in life, definitely should be, this definitely should be something, not podcasting in general, but just speaking in front of a camera. And of course, everybody's different. Certain people are not with it, but I'm speaking for myself, so I feel like it's making me more of a better speaker, to be honest. It makes me dissect certain topics differently, look at things from a different point of view. um this podcast is probably one of the best things I did this year. It definitely wasn't a resolution. It was nothing I thought about um coming in to this year. But beginning of this year, like around January time, around it, that's when I was like, what, why not? And I just went episode by episode until I really fell into, like, liking it, to where you know every week I just think about topics. So when Friday or Thursday come around, when I sit here and film, I just sit down and be able to give you an episode where you guys would enjoy and watch. So yeah, I mean, that's how I feel about podcasting. Of course, my vision, I would love to be able to grow this platform, and have guests on here, keep having guests. Uh, but that's just to say, though, like, coming into this year, y'all should start any idea that y'all got in mind. And just do it for fun. Do it because you like doing it. I feel like that's how you should approach everything. And then if it takes off, it takes off. If it don't, you just keep being consistent, and you never know where things could go. For me, we don't know the future. We don't know what the future has in store for us. So yeah. Uh, and I could definitely name some podcasts that I watch that that I love watching. I'll say Nelk Boys. Yeah, they got their podcast. Um, Joe Budden, Joe Rogan, Academics. It's a bunch of them, and I feel like they also started. I mean, everybody starts from zero, so it's just more so. Yeah, it's just the way I like to communicate with people. Of course, I could communicate back by commenting, under the video and stuff. And this is just how technology is nowadays. I feel like this is just how we communicate day to day, like on a day to day basis. Of course, we communicate with those who we know more personally, but this is just about way like a communicating, and it's a way that I feel like of course it reaches a large audience, so it's a bunch of different opinions. So that's something else I really like about podcasting. Of course, it could be very political, of course, but I feel like that's just based up to the person, if they really want to touch certain topics. Definitely a lot of things that, that I had to really come into this year and be like, yeah, I'm definitely talking about this and not this. And it's not because I care about how, because it could be very, could be some pressure to it, like, thinking and trying to break down how everybody would feel. But of course, you're not gonna, please everybody when it comes to these topics. But it helps. It helped me a lot this year for sure, for sure. Um, and it's something that I for sure gonna keep up. Hopefully, this upcoming year I'll have a whole different setup. I have that in store. I have that in mind. And yeah, I just am able to bring more podcasts to y'all. That's why I said it's a short episode. It's still about like 8 minutes. But yeah, that's how I feel about podcasting in general. I know people who who like being on a podcast but not having one, them to run it themselves. And I just feel like, 'cause it's you just sit down and you just speak your mind about a whole bunch of different um things, and this is literally a conversation in front of the camera. That's what I basically tell everybody. So I just be trying to be as blunt as possible, with the topics I do talk about, and with the ones I don't talk about, you might have to like hit me up, you know, off this camera, so you could know how I feel about certain things. And that's just because that's how I decide to operate with certain things. Too much things be controversial, and me personally, I be just trying to dodge the bullets when it comes to having a platform and knowing that if you say the wrong thing, people may look at you some type of way or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I mean that's it for this episode. I hope that you guys enjoyed all 40 episodes that I came with this year. I got a whole bunch more to go. I soon make a year. Well, we soon make a year since I started this podcast, if I'm not mistaken, around February time. And so yeah, it's been a good 2022 with the podcast. I've had a lot of people. I appreciate everybody who came up here. You know, each and every person who came up here and we talked about what we talked about. I appreciate those who gave me topics. And yeah, I just hope that 2023 treats y'all the way it's supposed to. I hope y'all accomplish everything. Like I said, if y'all want to know how I feel about the whole going into a New Year's and all of that, check the last episode. But yeah, I hope God blesses y'all. I hope that y'all do what y'all supposed to do. I hope y'all treat people right. I hope y'all y'all faith grows. And yeah, that's basically it. Like I said, podcasting was one of the best things that I ever done, to be honest. Thank y'all for everything, for sure, for sure. I'll be back next Friday, God willing. Make sure y'all subscribe, y'all like, y'all comment, y'all share this video. Make sure y'all check the description down below. Check the Instagram, check the TikTok. Go follow me on TikTok. We be doing alright numbers on TikTok. The numbers be fine. They could be better, but I'm grateful for each and every person that clicks on the TikTok clips and likes it and shares it and so on. But yeah, I'll be back next week. Make sure y'all subscribe, y'all like, y'all comment, y'all share. It's your boy ssalcita, and I'm out.